Welcome, and now I'm going to show you how to use intent to activate another activity, and after that receive the return result from that another activity. So let's say we have an activity like this, okay, and then we have a text field for, let's say, a label welcome. This text field is a welcome, and then we gonna have a button here, and this button is going to be, let's say, request name. Okay, this button is gonna be like request name. So when we click on request name, so if we click on request name, okay, let's just make this joke smaller a little bit, and then if you click on request name, it's going to activate another activity. So it's going to activate another activity. Okay, and when it activates this activity, okay, it's going to, this activity is going to design this way. You're going to have this text field, and you're gonna have another button. This button here with a text is called done. Okay, done. So and then when let's say when this one type in meter A here, then when it click on done, it's going to if it click on done, it's going to, okay, generate the result, okay, get the result and return it back to this activity, okay. And then the way it works is this way. Let's just say we're going to have this one is called welcome activity, okay, welcome activity, and this one I'm gonna call it, let's say, name entry activity. Okay, this one is name entry activity. Yeah, and then as we have known already, if you click on this one, it's going to call to a method. That method going to create an intent, okay, this intent in order to activate this activity, and this activity now is going to be able to return the result back to the the activity which opens it. So this activity now is called the sub activity, and the activity over here is called the parent activity. Okay, this one is called the parent activity. Okay, this one is sub activity, and this one is parent activity. And then, you know, for the way of activity works, so when you create an when you click on this button, it's going to generate an intent. It's going to activate this activity. When you click on done, okay, when you click on done, it's going to do the thing, set result. Okay, when you set result, you will have two things to do. The result itself may be result okay means user accepted the subactivity, or it may be a result cancelled. Okay, or another one is result user first, but then these are the two main things. Okay, these are the two main results that user can set from this subactivity. Okay, from this subactivity. Then other things when they click done is we need to close this form. Okay, so besides setting the result, you need to call to the finish method in order to close this form too. Okay, finish method in order to close this form too. So and also when you set the result, you will have the ability to create an intent to carry their data to be sent back. Okay, you can create an intent to carry the data to be sent back here when you set the result. So that is an intent again. This one is another intent, and this intent is in form of data. Okay, and this intent now is able to get into the data over here and assign to it by put HR. Okay, by put extra. You can put extra into this one, and whenever you return the data, you're going to return to one point. That one is on result, on activity result, okay, which is on activity result. Okay, your result, the result sent from this one will be sent back to on activity result events, and this one is going to process the data. Okay, process the data as it's returned here, it's going to process the data. Okay, and this time we're going to process the data by taking the name that you put into it, take it out and assign to the welcome message. Okay, assign to the welcome message. There is another important thing, which is, okay, this activity, there is only one method, which is only one point for all the requests to come back to it. All requests started from this activity, all the requests started from this activity won't come back to this one. Let's say if you create another request, to another activity, okay, when there is a result back, it's gonna come back to the same method here. Okay. Okay, you make request to another activity here. Okay, you make request to another activity here. Okay, then it come to this one as well. Okay, when it's done processing, come to this one. Make request done processing, come to this one. So again, there is only one point which process many different requests. So how do you know that the result is coming from which request? So each time you create a request this way, you need to pass on also what is called a request code. Okay, request code. Okay, because when it returns the data, it will return you the request code as well. The code, the code of the request that you started here. So if you make this request, you're gonna have another request code, and it's gonna get back to this one with the same code. That one is another concept. So this one is a theory. So now I'm going to code this application. So we're going to get into this one. I'm gonna start a new Android application, and this one is called let's say this one is called intent and receive data. Okay, you're gonna use intent, and it has the ability to receive data. Okay, next. Okay, next. Then this one is applying activity. Okay, next. This one I'm gonna name this one as welcome activity. Which is to display welcome message on it when we get the result from our request. Okay, wait for it. Wait for it a little bit. Okay. Yep. Let me just change this one. Okay. Collapse this one. Zoom this one up a little bit. So I would like to have a label. So just delete this one. Okay. I'm going to drag in a last stage label, and then we're going to need a button. So this one I'm gonna double click on this and change this one into welcome, and the label now is text field welcome. Okay, then next, press enter. Okay, now we're going to double click on this one, and this one we're going to name it request name. I need to give an ID for this one as well. So this one I'll keep it as button request name. Okay, so when user click on this request, okay, we're going to activate another activity. So we're going to create another activity first. So we're gonna click on Java here. Okay, this package, right click, create new. This one is activity, a blank activity. Then we're gonna name this one is called name entry activity. Finish. Okay, delete this one, and we're going to collapse this one for some space, zoom this one up a little bit. Then we're going to drag in an edit text, so it's gonna be a plain text. Then I will need another button here, okay, and this text field is kind of small, so I'm gonna click on this one to make the width which match apparent. Then we double click on this one is gonna txt name, enter. Okay, don't add this again, yes. Then double click on this one is done, button done, enter. Okay, so we complete the graphical user interface for the two activities. Okay, right now I'm gonna code a method for the button request name, and it's gonna create an intent, use a request code in it to make a request to this one. So we're gonna get into the code behind this. So first thing first, I'm going to declare a constant for the request code. So int finder, okay, finder int request code, okay, equal to 1. This one is a request name code. Request name code, okay. Okay, request name code equal to 1. Okay. Then now we're gonna create a method for handling the events, on-click events of the button. So public, okay, this one is public, public void, okay, public void on button request name click. And we're gonna have input parameters view kind of space. Select that one. So this one we're going to create an intent, okay, intent. Okay, intent equal to new intent. Okay, and this intent we're gonna use explicit. We're gonna use explicit intent. So we need to keep the class name clearly in this context. So which is this. Okay, this, and we're gonna keep the again. We're gonna keep the class name clearly. So we're gonna activate name entry activity. So we're gonna say name entry activity dot class. This one is what it means for explicit intents, because it is a class name of the activity that it would like to activate clearly there. Now we're going to let's just say start this one. So we're gonna say this dot start activity, okay, start activity for result. Okay, this time we need to start for result. Okay, why? Because this time we're gonna open this active welcome activity to request for names. Okay, and when you start for result, besides intents to activate, you need also to pass on the request code, and I already explained about the request code here. Because you make requests to requests to different activities at different time, but all of them going to return to the on activity result. Okay, so you need to have the request code to know the result is coming from which request is that. So this time we have only one request, so it's not really a big deal. But then, if in a form you may have different requests, then it's gonna be really needed. So now we need to pass in the intents that we need to. Then we're gonna pass in the request code, okay, for the name. Only this two line will help you to activate or to open the name entry activity as a sub activity of this one, and this one is called the parent activity. Okay. Then now we need to wire this method. So I'm gonna copy this one. Okay, copy, right, double click on this one and copy this one, and click on this, click on this, click on component, click on this title parent, type on click. Okay, this one I'm gonna select this on click. Okay, and I'm gonna paste it, enter. Okay, make sure that it is selected. Okay, so when you click on this button now, it's going to open this activity as sub activity. So when it opens its activity, I'm going to it's gonna open this one. We're going to type the name here, click on done. So when we click on done, it's gonna process the method. So I'm going to call the method public void on on button done, click view. Okay, and for this one, public done, click. We're going to first create an intent to carry the data back. Okay, so that intent is intent data equal to new intent, and this intent, okay, and this intent is only used to carry the data to send back to previous to the parent activity, so you don't have to keep the activity name for it. So then when we do this one, we need to set the result. Okay, we're going to access to the text here. So we need to access to this text sphere in order to get the data that you input into it. So you're going to have that one is text view and edit text. Okay, txt name equal to let me see if I already change this one. Click on this one, is txt name already equal to edit text. Okay, then method is find view by id r.id dot txt name. Okay, then we have the text already get the name out of it, the string out of it. So this one is string name equal to txt name dot get text dot to string. Okay, so we have the name already. We're gonna put this name into the intent, which is data to carry data dot put hr, and this one with the name is name p, and the values is name variable itself. Okay, and then now this one is asking us to import. So you can click on this one, import class. Okay, so it's gonna import the view class. Then okay, then we need to set result. So you take this dot set result. Okay, set result for this activity and the result. Okay, and which is result. Okay, here. Okay, which is one of the constants inside result. You may have result. Okay, which means the user is accepted it. Result cancel means user cancel it, and result first user here is a custom result. And this time we say it's result. Okay, then we're going to pass in the intent as a data to send back. Then we're going to call to the finish this form. So you're gonna call to finish. Okay, it's gonna finish this form. Okay, so we're gonna wire this method to the button. So click on this one, copy. I just double click on this one, copy it, copy this text. Okay, move to this one, click on the button, click on component tree, right click on this one. So click on this one, we're going to type on click. Okay, it is this one, so we're gonna select this. Now paste the method names in, or select the method name, enter. Now we have the methods already. Okay, and then if we click done, okay, it's now creating an intent as a data. It access the text name, put the name into that intent. Okay, and then it's gonna set the result. User result is okay, and it's gonna come to finish to close this activity. So it's when it's sent back the data, it's going to send back to this activity. So we need to process it. So when it's sent back to this activity, it's going to send back to on activity result method. So this one we're going to call, and we're going to call another method inside the welcome activity. This one is on activity result. You're going to press enter. It's going to override that event. Okay, and then we're going to when it's sent back the result, it's gonna send us the request code. Okay, when it's sent back the result, it's gonna send us the request code. Okay, and we're going to have result code, which is whether it's gonna be a result okay, or result cancels, or result first user. and the data itself, which is this one, the data itself, which is this intent, okay, to be sent back. So we're gonna be able to check if, okay, if request code, if the request code equal to our request name code here, okay, equal to request name code here, okay, and also if the result is okay, if result code equal to constant result okay, okay, means user really accepted it, then now we're going to get the data. So you have string name equal to data dot get string extra. You put the using a name key, okay. You put the name values as a name key inside data as an intent to send back to this activity. So you get into this data and you get the string extra, with this key you will get back your name. Okay, so you get string extra, with the key you get back the name. When you have the name already, you're going to access to the text view welcome. So you have text view, okay, text view welcome equal to text view, okay, bind view by IER dot IE dot text view welcome, okay. Then with what happens, it's welcome already, okay. We're going to set welcome message to it. So you now have text view welcome dot set text, okay. Then we'll set welcome. Then we'll add the name in to ADMD to anyone can code Android series, okay. So we'll set that request message. That one is done. So you'll see now when we click on request name, we're going to open another activity as a sub activity for using its name. So it is explicit activity, okay. And then when you press on meter A, when you click on it, you're going to set the result to result okay. Then you create the intent to carry the data back. Then you finish this form. When it's sent back to data, it's going to send back the request code too. It's going to call to on result, and then you're going to be able to check the request code, okay. You're going to be able to check the result code, like result okay or result and cancel, or and then you'll be able to get the data. And when you'll be able to get the data, you're going to display the welcome message up here, okay. So we can now run the application, okay. We can now run the application. You will see, okay. You run the application, okay. So okay, yeah, see, so this one is the we want to select this, okay. Select this one, click on use the same device next time, click on okay. So we'll wait for it to run, and then while waiting for it to run, I think it's run already now. So see, so this one, if we click on request name, it's going to activate another activity as sub activities. So click on request name, see, so then we're gonna press on meter A, and if you click on done, okay, it's a welcome meter A, so anyone can code Android request name there, okay. So if you click on request name and you don't click on done, let's say you type Miss B, and you don't click on done, let's just click on back and let's just see, so it doesn't send back to the child right here, okay. So request name, say if you do Miss B, and if you click on done, they're gonna finish this form as request welcome Miss B to anyone can go there, okay. So this one is how we use, okay, explicit intents. Again, why explicit intents? Because we use the name, class names activate this activity, and this activity we're gonna open it as a sub activity. Why? Because we open it for result, for sending back result. In order to send back result, you need to set the result to result okay or result cancel. You create an intent, okay, to carry the data back. You call to finish method to complete this form. Then when it's sent back the data, it will call to on activity result, and you're going to be able to process it and display welcome message. Okay. So next video, I think I want to talk about implicit intents. Okay.